I was speaking at a church recently, and during the time when they were asking people to come forward and to make Christ the Lord of their life, they sang the song, Shine on Me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me, shine on me. And as they were thinking about it, as they were singing, I started to think about it, and that's what I want to tell you about today as my word for you today was why it's important to have the light from the lighthouse, the light of Christ, shine on you. This is Pastor Jewell from Sandra Jewell Ministries. To contact me, as so many of you have, and I thank you, is Sandra Jewell, Jewell Ministries, Inc., INC, at gmail.com. I want to share with you today that in the book of Acts, 3rd chapter, there was a man by the name of Saul who was a soldier in the Roman army. Saul was diligent about persecuting the Christians. He was so adamant, so passionate about his work to get rid of those Christians, not because he was an evil man, but he really believed that if they served this entity called Christ Jesus, that they would be doing dishonor to the Roman leaders. He was passionate because he felt he was doing what was right. Saul was his name at that time, had people to go in, Roman soldiers to go into people's home. That's illegal. And pull them out, kill them, men, women, boys, girls, babies, and crucify them, stone them, kill them for the sake of Christ. He really thought he was doing what was right. And he was so adamant, so passionate about killing those Christians that he asked the governor of the Roman government to give him a letter so that he could go to other cities, other towns, and crucify, persecute, kill those Christians because they were dishonoring the head of the Roman government. He got that letter. He was on his way. He was on a road called the Damascus Road. That means he was on his way to Damascus to get rid of those terrible Christians. Remember, this reminded me when I heard the song, Shine on Me. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. So as he and his band of soldiers were on their way to Damascus, on the road of Damascus, to kill those Christians, a light shone from heaven, and it blinded him, says the scriptures, and knocked him off of his horse. And a voice out of that same heaven said, Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? I have heard my name called by the Lord. My mother used to say she heard her name called by the Lord. And when the Lord calls your name, you know it's like no one has ever called your name before. But because Saul did not know who Jesus was, he just knew he was trying to kill people who was worshiping. He didn't recognize the voice. And he said, who is it that's calling me? And the voice out of that cloud, out of that sky, out of that sun that was brighter than the morning, said, "It's me, Jesus, the one you are persecuting." And Jesus told Saul, "That day your name is changed to Paul, because you will convert, you will preach to many souls for me. You will be my disciple to the Gentiles," not to the Jews where everybody else is preaching. You will preach to the Gentiles. Do you wonder why your message, your role is to talk to people who don't go to church? Because someone's got to reach them. Do you wonder why you are talking to those who will never maybe be able to give you an offering? Somebody has to do it. You've been chosen. The Lord saw something special in you. He saw how adamant, how passionate, how fervent you are in doing your work for Him. So He's given you an audience that nobody else would reach. So the light shone from heaven onto Saul, whose name now was changed to Paul. And Paul wrote just about every book that's in the New Testament for his outreach that he did to the souls that no one else was preaching to. It wasn't easy for Paul, but he knew he had had a relationship. He knew he had had an encounter with the Lord. Shine on me. Has the Lord shined on you? Have you had that encounter that no matter what you go through, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Lord has been in your place, that you've had that conversation with Him, that He's your Lord of Lords, that He, no matter what you are going through, He's right there with you? Have you had that light shine in your life so you no longer want to do, act, be like you were? Shine on me, Lord. Let the light from the lighthouse shine on me. Shine on me.